That's good. All right. For today's meeting, we're going to start off with the cafeteria protocols, and the advisors are going to speak on that.
So I'll start, and then if I'm missing anything, if Mrs. Kramer and Mrs. Edgar would like to come over. But we've got this right here. Yep, he's got it somewhere. I don't know where I'm at. Can you see me? Sure, let's hope. So when you guys are coming into the cafeteria, please, you need to make sure that we are continuing to follow safety protocols as if this were a classroom. So we have to pretend like the cafeteria is not the cafeteria after school. We can't be eating in here. We can't be taking our masks off for any period of time. You need to realize that I believe we're the only large club that is attempting any kind of in-person meeting. And because we're still large, we can't have everyone here at once. We'll continue to look at the numbers and see if we can pull everyone in that wants to be in, if we have enough people that want to be virtual, so we could have an entire group of people here each week. But obviously the numbers are very important, so we have to make sure that we're being safe in here. Make sure that you are staying at your desks that you come into. You can choose whatever desk you want. The board members are going to be spread out. You can see with all the board members raise their hands. So we've got board members that are spread out throughout the cafeteria itself. So you should be able to go and ask them a question. They'll also be the ones who will be taking attendance. We are not going to have the same kind of attendance we did last year. So you're going to be checking in with one of the board members, and we'll be doing an electronic version of attendance, which I'm sure Jesse or Riley or someone in the board will be explaining at some point at today's meeting. But we just need to make sure that even when you're going over to the board member to sign out for your attendance for the day, we cannot have you crowding one another. We can't have you standing right next to one another. So please do your best to socially distance even as you're waiting in line for the board member to check out with them for attendance. We don't want there to be a situation where an administrator, a security guard, some other adult sees us in the cafeteria. They think we're not following the social protocols. They think we're not being safe. And we get told we're no longer able to have in-person meetings. We're doing the best we possibly can to try to maintain some sense of normalcy for this year. Right now, it's still not normal. We are social distance here. We're only half of the group that wanted to be in person, right? But we were trying to do everything we possibly can. So if when you're coming into the cafeteria, you're coming on the day that you're supposed to, Jesse and Mrs. Kramer organized a schedule for all of the people who did the interest survey and said that they wanted to be a part of the hybrid model where they were going to come in 1 week, the next week they would be virtual, the week after that they would be coming in again. So please come on the days that you are assigned to come. We cannot have you come every single week because we simply would not have the room. We don't have the desk space for it. So please consider these different pieces. Mrs. Kramer, Mrs. Edgar.
Thank you. Just to piggyback off of what Mrs. Chow said, the big thing here is that we just kind of continue to stay safe, but we also have planned or are planning to try and do as many things as we can this year in order to keep school spirit up. That's going to be very important, especially this year. So on behalf of all of us, I just want to say we are thrilled to see you. We are so happy. So let's make this a good year and take care of ourselves and each other.
Okay, and I just like to say, just from my point of standing at the door today, you did a great job. Everyone who's here has paid attention to what the alphabet breakdown is. Those who weren't already had spoken to Jesse and got permission. So I think for the first time meeting in person under these circumstances, we did a really good job at the door. We're going to try to keep entrance just to one door. I know a couple of kids came in here, but we'll later check. We'll try to keep entrance just at that door so we can just do a quick alphabet check and make sure that you did the commitment packet, the interest inventory and all that. Okay, but really good start for today.
Sorry, I forgot a couple of things. One thing I forgot was for those of you who are virtual, please don't make the board members hound you. Whether you're virtual just for the 1 week and you're back the next week to in person, or if you chose the whole virtual option for all of our sessions thus far while we are following these safety protocols, please make sure that you are either joining us live. We see a lot of people who are live right now. I love seeing people they can't be in person this week, but they're joining us live from the library or another part of the building where they can socially distance. That's great. But please make sure you're watching the video, you're watching live, and that you are submitting your answers to the question. So submit your answers to the question. Once we get your answers, you can get attendance credit. So we need to have your answers to that general question. So when we post the video from today, we will also post that same type of question, essentially being, what's your biggest takeaway from today's meeting? And do you have any suggestions? So if you have any additional suggestions, make sure you're including that in there and the board members will see it. They'll be able to discuss it and then bring it back to you guys as a possible event if it's something that would be possible. And then the final thing I forgot, I have no problem being the bad cop. I don't want to be the bad cop, but I will be the bad cop. So please, please, please recognize if you are not following the safety protocols, immediately I am going to kick you out of the meeting. I will take that burden on. There's no warning. So please make sure that you follow the social protocols. If we kick you out of the meeting for that week, just make sure the next meeting that you're coming back to, that you're assigned to, that you're following the social protocols. It's not like a one strike and you're out forever. But please recognize we will kick you out of the meeting if you're not following those safety protocols, because we want to make sure that we are able to meet for as long as we possibly can in this model.
Awesome, thank you. So next we're gonna do attendance. So I'm gonna read off the list and point to the board member that's gonna be doing your attendance. After I finish the list, you can go over to your board member and sign in, and then take a seat. So A through B is gonna be with Hannah. She's right over here. C through D is gonna be with Joseph Mastriano. Where's Joe? All the way in the back over there. E through F is gonna be with Brooke. Where's Brooke? All the way in the back over there again. G through H is gonna be with Alexa. She's right over there. And I through the last name Matthews is gonna be with Danny DiCarlo, and where's Danny? Danny's back there too. So if you guys would go sign in right now, that'd be great. Make sure you're socially distancing too when you're doing
Social
this.
distance as you're doing
Tell them
it.
they're not physically signing in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And board members, the Google Sheets should be shared with you in your drive. Just put it as a no for now, and we can just fill it in if you see the thing online. So like, I'll tell you guys, after the board meetings on Tuesdays, you can go home and just check to see, fill out the questions and then fill it back in. Yeah.
Jesse, also, now I should get, because I'm recording this, I should get an attendance sheet that's sent to me of who signed on when and who left the meeting when.
Oh.
I got that for 8th period today,
Okay.
so I think that's when it was updated.
Okay.
So if I get that, I'll also share it with you. So what we need, you guys have a Google Drive, right? You need to share it with the us so that whichever one of us does the meeting, we can then post the attendance that you get. It comes in a Google Sheets format.
Yeah.
You can post it to that Google Drive.
I've heard it. The only problem that we're having is that we have to send it to our school accounts, even though that we're sharing all our stuff to our personal, because you can't sign it to your personal account.
That's fine, so when
So
you
I have to
sign
share only the Google Sheets with them. Only the attendance. Everything else for
That's fine, that's fine, we just need, we need
Okay.
a Google Drive right now. And you guys should kind of see operating to your school email address.
Okay.
You really should be transferring stuff to your school email so that everyone can log on using their Chromebook and do everything like that they need to in school.
I've heard.
Okay, all right.
Oh, and then we're also gonna have to make all the board members,
Yes,
teachers.
yep.
I think you should be done by 2:30, but I've heard about that. Honestly, we have next. You guys are all virtual. Make sure that you're filling out the question after the meeting. That's how we're going to be doing attendance for people who are attending virtually.
But right now the question doesn't exist.
Yeah.
They have to wait until I post the video with it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait till the video's posted. It should be posted by tonight or by tomorrow. It's not up there right now.
Yeah.
31.
And see, do you know like how many people said that they do the hybrid model?
I saw people submit it today, but I couldn't.
So let's just do an assessment after these first meetings.
Yeah.
I can't find one of these kids, Robert LaBelle. I looked at all the hells.
Sign up, maybe call
Yeah, this is
Well,
supposed to
no, it's probably LA.
be. It said LED, it's not here. It's the
Right,
hells.
ask Jesse. He probably just scan one. If not, just write his name down. I would
Alright, I just see
No, but
that.
I'm just saying that like, I would be personally not trying to bring everyone together.
Well, we have to sit, right, you're gonna have to sit.
I'm going to add the other board members.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, Brooke's still taking
Do you
attendance.
want me to do it, because I'm not recording?
Do you want to, yeah, why don't you do?
Is it gonna be jam?
All right, if you guys could all be seated once you take attendance, that'd be great.
Do you want to add the?
Jack? You're good. All right, so I'm just gonna touch on some main points of the last meeting. So I just want to quickly go over the point system again. So the point system, it's 15 points the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, it's 20 points. In order to remain in good standing, you have to reach that goal. Each meeting counts as 2 points, so if you attend each meeting, you should almost be there. There's gonna be also other opportunities, like we're gonna talk about one later, where you can get extra points. The commitment packet, if you hand that in, you get points. If you sign up for all the social media accounts, you should get points. And so there are plenty of opportunities to be in good standing and get the amount of points. And the perks of being in good standing is that you get a special pin when you graduate if you're in good standing for 3 years straight. And you can also put a student government on any resume application that you're in good standing and have a leadership role in it. The commitment packets are due October 29th. I saw a bunch of you handed it in. Just try to get that in as soon as you can. And also, if you are virtual and you want to switch to a hybrid model, make sure you are contacting me or one of the other board members, and we'll see if you can accommodate that. And so the next thing is going to be Spirit Week. So Spirit Week, is it confirmed that it's going to be the 19th to the 23rd?
Yes.
Spirit Week this year is going to be October 19th to the 23rd. That Friday is always going to be Patriot Pride Day with the senior girl shirts. And so we have 4 open slots. And so what I did is, I think tonight there's going to be a survey that is released to you guys. And I put a bunch of options there. You can check off which days you like. And also if you have any other ideas, you can write that in. And we're going to see which ones were most popular. And t-shirts and masks. So this year I think the form's gonna be released tonight, right? Okay, cool. So another Google form will be posted tonight, and it's gonna gauge your interest on buying a t-shirt or a mask for student government. If you don't have a student government t-shirt, I highly recommend getting one because that's what we're gonna be wearing to all of our events. So if you have one for last year, you don't really have to get a t-shirt, but you still should. And basically, we need to get a gauge of how many people are buying t-shirts in order to find out the prices first. So once we get the number of how many people are buying the t-shirts, then we can get the price, and then we'll give out the forms for that. And then we also have a virtual event idea from Riley. So would you like to present that?
All right, hi everyone, my name is Riley. I know this year we talked about how many events unfortunately can't happen, but that doesn't mean we can't still do stuff to raise school spirits. So about a week ago, I thought of this idea to do staff spotlight interviews, and all members in student government can participate in this. And the good news is that you can get points from doing this. So basically what you have to do is you take 5 or 10 minutes of your time, you ask a teacher or anyone in the building. It doesn't just have to be a teacher. Could be any staff member, so that includes a coach, a nurse, an administrator, a security guard, whoever you would like to interview. You can just,
Custodian, clerical, anyone.
yeah, custodian, dean, whoever you want. They just have to work in the building. So, you just ask for 5 or 10 minutes of their time, and you ask them questions about things. I have a list of questions here that you can ask them. It will be posted on the Google Classroom, so definitely be checking that later for ideas. And our goal, I'm gonna have Ava pass this around. I did a sample one of Mr. Bernhard, so you can see, what they're supposed to look like. We're gonna put them on the student government bulletin board outside the office. This way, as people are, walking the halls, they can see and learn more facts about their teachers. Again, I'll post a picture of that on the Classroom, so if you don't get a good look at it here, that's okay. And for those attending virtually, just be sure to check that later. And if you do an interview, it counts as 4 points, which I think is a really good deal considering a meeting counts as 2 points. So I definitely suggest doing one. And you're gonna learn a lot about your teachers. I interviewed Mr. Bernhard, and I learned that he was class president and involved in his student government in high school. So I thought that was really interesting. Also, I know in past years we allow you to work in groups, but for this one it has to be independent. So just take note of that and try and make it as creative as possible. Definitely, as you can see, what's being passed around right now, add some color, some cardboard decorations, just make it eye-catching. And for those of you who are virtual, you can turn it in the Google Classroom. We'll have a spot and you can just submit it there. If you're in the hybrid version, you can give it to any board member, the completed project, or you could bring it to a meeting and hand it to us then. So,
Tell them where the student government office is.
oh yes, so for those of you who don't know, the student government office, it's right next to the library. If you walk down past the commons, past the library, it's right on the left. I think it's by the business electives, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's right by that hallway.
It's opposite the stairs.
Yeah, it's opposite the stairs right by the library. Right now we have all the pictures of the board members up there. But yeah, these interviews will be up there too. So definitely, in the next coming weeks, do them, get some points. So it should be fun. Thank you.
I just wanted to reiterate that the Spirit Week survey is going to be posting tonight, and we're going to need that to be filled out by Monday. Monday's the latest you can fill it out. And so that was a great example of a virtual event. There's also going to be a virtual event like Dropbox, I guess, that's going to be posting over the weekend, where if you guys have any ideas, you can just type it in and we'll review it as a board, and if it's good, we can implement it. Anyone have any virtual event ideas like now they want to share? No?
We did a town hall. Do you remember the town hall that we've done in the past? Right? And then do you remember the one that we did like toward the end of the year? We did a virtual town hall with Mr. Bernhard. Does anybody remember this? Like when we were home, right? So, that might be something we could do, virtual town halls, and maybe it's not just with Mr. Bernhard. Maybe we get Mrs. Pettisich, and maybe we get some other people. Start trying to think outside the box. Think of things that we can do other than town hall to boost school spirit. What would you like to see? What do you think would be fun that people would be interested in doing? Stuff that we could do safely. We're open to any and all ideas.
So you really want to, there are a lot of big events that have either been postponed or have been canceled for this year. And I know that students are super bummed about certain things being canceled or postponed. We're bummed that homecoming can't happen right now. It's being postponed until the spring. We know the Trick or Treat Street has been canceled for this year. So if you guys can think of any way, any kind of event that you've seen, other schools do, or you've heard of other groups doing that you think might be safe, you can bring that idea to us, and we would see if A, we're interested in it, and B, if they would approve it, if they believe that the safety protocols would be okay for it. Because we're looking for different events, like Mrs. Kramer and Jesse has been saying, and Riley's suggesting, with trying to improve spirit with different staff interviews. we're looking to do things that will increase school spirit. Because we know that this is such a different year, we're trying to do things that would
How
make
about like a
people
student-
happier here.
What about student of the week? Like, were you saying like staff interviews? Why don't we interview students?
Maybe you can do that too. Yeah.
What would you be interested in something like that? Learning more about your fellow classmates? No?
Like interview with them.
Like,
Jack says
Yeah, I wanna know
yes,
more
and
about Jack.
everyone else is like, nah, I'm good.
I don't know, something like, student spotlight or something like that, I don't know. Just trying to think of something. So try and brainstorm. I mean, there are a ton of us here, so I'm sure there are some good ideas. And I know maybe you don't want to do it like in this kind of a forum. So we will have a survey going up where you can let us know your ideas.
Cool. And last and final thing I want to reiterate. So for the question, we're going to be posting this video if you weren't able to attend live or you weren't able to attend here today. And it's going to be on Google Classroom. A question's going to pop up either tonight or tomorrow, and you're going to have to fill that out for credit. That question needs to be done by Monday in order to receive credit for the meeting. Like this week, it's fine that you turned it in late because it's like the first week, but you really need to get that in by Monday, or else we can't give you credit for attending the meeting. And that's it. Anything else, guys? Or
Did you remind about the commitment packet to do that?
yeah, I recommend it.
I just want to stress the Spirit Week survey. That is the biggest thing we have right now. And we're trying to do it real quick. So please make sure that you are voting ASAP. Don't wait until Monday to submit because you might miss it. And we're going to have to make decisions by Tuesday because we need a poster. We need to be able to promote it so that people would know for that next week. So please make sure that you are really thinking about it and that you are submitting your answers for that survey.
Leave the room exactly the way they left it, so if they move the chair or something.
Okay. So we're going to dismiss, but make sure you guys leave the room exactly the way you left it. So pushing the chairs, you guys move the tables, move them back, and make sure you're socially distancing when you're leaving, please. Thank you, guys.
See you next time.